Can't stop overthinking at night? Try this trick that works for free. You see, a mind that is racing at 2 a.m. is often trying to solve problems that don't need immediate action, or fix mistakes that are already in the past. Your brain is demanding work at a time when you need rest. If you're nodding along, you know that feeling. You crawl into bed exhausted, and the second your head hits the pillow, your brain decides it's time for an emergency, non-optional board meeting. You begin to make plans for next week. You replay that awkward comment from 3 years ago, or you meticulously plan out all the worst-case scenarios for tomorrow's meeting. It's what psychologists call ruminative thinking, getting stuck in a negative, repetitive loop. But here's the key. Overthinking at night isn't usually a sign of a massive, unmanaged life crisis. It's a failure of mental boundary setting. During the day, we're busy. Our prefrontal cortex, the logical part of our brain, is active and keeps those spiraling thoughts in check. As we get tired and our brain transitions into rest mode, this critical bouncer steps away. The emotional, creative, and often anxious parts of our mind, the ones that thrive on what-ifs and past worries, seize control. They don't have a to-do list, so they create one out of your anxieties. Your brain is essentially a problem-solving machine, and at night, with no immediate problems to solve, like making dinner or answering emails, it defaults to the most complex, unresolved issue it can find, which is usually your worries. The trick isn't to force yourself not to think. That's like telling yourself not to blink. The trick is to give your brain a designated, time-bound space for worrying. So when it shows up at 2 a.m., you can genuinely say, "Sorry, the worry office is closed. Check back tomorrow at 5 p.m. That's where the next step comes in. Let's look at some practical steps and tips which I'll call the worry journal and schedule. The simple, transformational trick. First, schedule it. Pick a specific time slot every day, ideally in the late afternoon or early evening like 5 p.m. to 5:15 p.m. This must be at least 2 hours before you plan to go to sleep. Next, the brain dump. During this 15-minute window, and only during this window, you must allow yourself to worry. Take out a dedicated notebook, your worry journal, and write down every single thought that is causing you anxiety. The to-dos, the what-ifs, the regrets. Get it all out onto the paper. Next, the response. Once the 15 minutes are up, close the journal. Now here is the magic part. When you get into bed and your mind starts its usual spiral, you acknowledge the thought and say out loud, "Thank you for the input, but that is reserved for the 5 p.m. session. We will deal with that tomorrow." You are not suppressing the worry. You are simply rescheduling it. You have already honored the thought by writing it down, so your brain trusts that it won't be forgotten. This simple act of setting a boundary and delegating the task of worrying back to your scheduled time will eventually train your mind to stop bothering you when it's time to rest. Question: what is the one thought that always pops up when you try to fall asleep? Please share it below. Please don't forget to subscribe to this channel. Like this video and share with others who you think this could help.